In tonight's main event, it's the last Luchador standing match with a special guest referee as Penta challenges Samoa Joe for the Lucha Underground title. But regardless of who wins, the night will end in absolute chaos. Plus, we get another update on Dominik Mysterio's health as he inches closer to a return to the temple. This is episode 15 of the revival of Lucha Underground. Rip it all up. In a pre-taped video beneath the temple, Dario Cueto took his two monsters down to the caves where his father Antonio Cueto was still chained to the inside of the cage. Weak, feeble and unable to stop anything the group were going to do to him, Matanza picked up his father over his shoulder and carried him out of there at Dario's instruction. The odd pairing of Aerostar and Mike Santana actually gelled pretty well here, but their chemistry was no match for Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro. The pair have been labelled as laughing hyenas at times, given their propensity for laughing together at their rivals, and they get along like best friends inside and outside of the ring. But Mike Santana is not here to play or laugh, and he hit spin the block, the discus lariat on Wilde to score the win for his team. So, the lineup was complete. Dr. Wagner won the Aztec Medallion last week, and Aerostar and Mike Santana solidified their spots tonight. And they'll be joining Carlito, Lola Vice, Elio LaFleur, and Vikingo as these 7 fighters will compete in the 7-way match for the Gift of the Gods Championship. The winner can cash that championship at any time for a shot at the Lucha Underground title. Next week on Lucha Underground, Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, fresh from their Street Fight title defense last week over Pagano and Psycho Clown, will face the altogether different challenge of the High Flyers Rey Fenix and Dragon Lee, who became the true #1 contenders after beating Panther Ali and Prince Apollo of Lagos 1 week ago. Chelsea and Ethan will be weakened by their street fight, but Phoenix's mind seems to be elsewhere. Will he be 100% focused? Dominik Mysterio was shown rehabbing his shoulder again as he gets closer to a return to the temple. He's now at 95% recovered, so it won't be long before Dirty Dom comes back. And our regular mariachi band Vote Pedro were on our screens next, playing over the loud crowd like only they can, and getting us excited for the next match. And excited we should be, because 2 great talents were in action here at different stages of their careers. Panther Ali is 40 and has wrestled all over the world and is renowned as an incredible flyer and technician, while at just 30, the Don Tony D'Angelo is just getting started, and he's building an empire in the cartel. Santos Escobar and the dangerous Angel Garza backed him up brilliantly. The trio's champions looked unstoppable, and they looked unstoppable here. The Don hit his forget about it to score another win. In the men's locker room, Dragunov and Rey Mysterio were talking about the cartel, and Rey said they need to find a third to fight the powerful trio and wealthy group, and beat them for the trio's titles. He wants to hit them where it hurts, and Dragunov agreed. The two began to make a plan. Backstage, much like last week, Lola Vice was having an argument with Mike Santana, and she wasn't happy that he just swanned into Lucha Underground and was given an Aztec medallion. But he said that he needs to look at the big picture. Now, between the two of them, they have a 2 in 7 chance of winning Gift of the Gods. She seemed to resent him, he is clearly in love with her and wants to protect her. Natty and Lapaka sadly had poor chemistry in the end. They did a good job of staying in this one. Across the ring, Vikingo and Carlito couldn't be more different. One very experienced, large and powerful veteran in Carlito, and one small, fast-paced flyer who was young, fresh and exciting to watch in Vikingo. They dominated and ended up putting Lapaka down with a backstabber from Carlito, while Vikingo hit a suicide dive to take Natty out. A reminder that next week, El Grande Americano and Chad Gable will go one-on-one with a shot of the Lucha Underground title on the line. And then in 2 weeks, their respective friends Los Americanos and the Creed brothers will both get an opportunity at the Lucha Underground tag team titles against whoever are the champions at the time. Chelsea Green and Ethan Page are really being tested in their reign as champions, but will they be champs when the Temple and the Triple Threat comes around? El Jefe, The Undertaker, arrived on the stage and he told the fans that it was time for the main event, the last luchador standing match for the Lucha Underground title. And then he introduced the man in charge, the special guest referee, as all of the lights went out. When they came back on, the screen said the last count as a demonic masked referee strolls to the ring looking like a maniac. All he has to do is count to 10 and count one man down to win the main event, but can he really be trusted? This was the best match since Lucha Underground was revived by far, and it was no surprise given the build between these two absolute megastars. The special guest referee, known as the Last Count, added an extra element to it too, as he looked like he could get violent if needed, and both men seemed to respect the official. Both Penta and Joe had a strategy. Penta tried to chop the Big Samoan's legs down and used multiple strikes to the knees and calves, as well as submission attempts. Meanwhile, Joe knew he had a hold in the Kikina clutch that he could suck the wind out of Penta, so he tried to make his rival pass out and therefore not be able to get up for the count of 10. As the match wore on, Joe used a steel chair over and over again and then became frustrated with the demonic referee for not counting fast enough. And in true Joe style, they argued so much that the big Samoan destroyer stuck a headbutt on him. However, as hard-headed as Samoans are in wrestling, he couldn't have known that the Last Count's mask was made of iron. Joe staggered about and could barely stand up when Penta arrived out of nowhere to plant him with a Mexican destroyer onto the steel chair. Joe was out, the Last Count made it to 10, and we had a new champion. A true feel-good moment in the temple as Penta becomes the first ever 3-time Lucha Underground champion. The dark and gritty fighter soaked in the cheers of the fans as Samoa Joe rolled out of the ring. But then a surprising man entered the temple. Penta's brother Rey Fenix, who at first looked as though he was there to congratulate his fellow Lucha bro. But things soon got tense and Penta was surprised by his brother's actions. He was even more shocked when Fenix dropped him and started beating the new champion down, screaming that he knew exactly who he was. Before Penta could fight back, Fenix had him in position for the arm breaker and wrenched back, breaking his own brother's arm. Penta's night went from pure joy to pure agony in a matter of minutes. So let me know in the comments, with Joe losing and Penta seemingly being taken out, what should El Jefe The Undertaker do about the Lucha Underground title situation? Join me next time where we have an epic episode featuring El Grande Americano versus Chad Gable, the Gift of the Gods Championship match, and the Lucha Underground tag team titles are on the line as Chelsea Green and Ethan Page defend against Rey Fenix and Dragon Lee, who are likely to be at odds following Fenix's actions tonight. Thanks for watching. Now make sure to like, comment and subscribe for free so you don't miss an episode. It would be great to hear from you.